Okay, so now we have to start with the construction of the numerical example. Again, we have to start from the marginal product. So we go to according to the stages, right? First we increase the marginal product. Say marginal product is 10, 12, 15. Then we decrease the marginal product. Say 12, 10, 6, 2, 0, minus 2. And minus 4. Again you can see first I have increased the marginal product, then I have decreased the marginal product, and then I have made it negative. Right? Any number you can take, any number. Then we derive the total product with the help of marginal product. So it's 10, then 22, then 37, then 49, 59, 65, 67, 67, 65 and 61. Okay, this is how it is derived and this is how it is constructed. Now this particular phase shows the first stage, second stage and the third stage, right? Increasing returns, diminishing returns and the negative returns. Then we were talking about the behavior of the total product. Now see, there I wrote in the first stage it increases at the increasing rate. See, now the increase is by 12 units, then the increase is by 15 units, right? If you include 0 also, then this increases by 10, right? This increases by 12, 15. When it increases by a greater number than the increase which was given by the previous variable unit, right? Like the first unit of variable factor I did 10 units, then the next one I did 12. So first TP increases by 10, then by 12, then by 15. So it is increasing at an increasing margin. Then still in the second stage also you can see TP is increasing, right? But now it increases by 10, then by 6, then by 2, then by 0. Okay, so now here it is the difference. This is increasing at an increasing rate and increasing at a decreasing rate. And obviously in the third stage it starts declining, right? So it is clear that if you are a producer, you will never go into the third stage, because you will pay the labor also and you will decrease your total production also. So you will not even hire a labor if you are getting it for free. Suppose it is my factory, I am getting the say 9th labor for free. I will not keep it because my production is 67, and if I employ that labor, my production will become 65, right? So third stage is left eliminated, right? Now we have to study these stages diagrammatically. Again you have to remember that when the curve is increasing, like slope of the TP is increasing, so it will be a concave curve. When it is decreasing, then it will be a convex curve. You can first divide your graph into 3 parts, for the first stage, for the second stage and for the third stage. Okay, first I draw a concave curve, then a convex curve, and then diminishing. This is the total production. Then MP first increases 0 and negative, right? So this is how you draw first concave curve, then convex curve, then declining, then for MP first rising, then 0 and then negative. This TP and MP are connected because on the first unit of labor, when you employ the first unit of the variable factor, your TP and MP will be equal, right? You can see the numerical also. When you employ the first labor, MP is also 10 and TP is also 10. Okay, so these are 3 important concepts. The law of variable proportion, its statement, Okay, then its numerical example and its diagram, right? But understanding the law of variable proportion is not sufficient with these things. Okay, you have to go into detail. You have to understand the basic concept. Again, I am reminding you, the basic thing is that when I am increasing my production with the increasing only the variable factor, the availability of the fixed factor is constantly decreasing, and that due to that these stages are coming up, right? That is the problem. If I could increase the fixed factor also, then this problem may not occur, right? So now we will talk about the causes of the three stages. Obviously, the basic cause being the lack of the fixed factor. But see, in the first stage, the causes would be positive because it is the increasing returns. According to the stages, we will do it, right? The first cause for the increasing returns is utilization of the, or you can better write it as fuller utilization of the fixed factor. Okay, as I told you that any of the businesses, whenever a business is started, it is not started with the full capacity on the first day, or simply you plan for something extra, that if I get, say, within 2 years or 3 years my business will grow, so I'll keep some extra fixed factor with me because it will be difficult to increase it later on. For example, if I have to look at the size of my coaching center, so I'll plan it accordingly that how much I have to grow it within few years, right? Similarly with the factories, you will not employ less machine, you will always have some extra machines, extra land, everything. So when we increase the variable factor slowly, then this underutilized part, due to the you can call it as extra installed capacity. Actually, these are the technical words which you should know. In explaining them also you can take the help of it, because the underutilized part of the fixed factor which is existing due to some extra installed capacity, that gets utilizing and you can get the increasing returns. Then second is the better coordination. See, because of the extra installed capacity or the capacity which we are not using, due to that some of the variable factor was you can say lacking. Okay, once I increase the variable factor, then the coordination would increase. Okay, or you can simply say if there were only 4 machines and only 20 labor, but actually there should have been 50 labor. When I move on to this phase, then I'll get a better coordination. Maybe 20 labor are using only the 2 machines, so only 2 machines are working right now. As we move on, then we get some better stage of production, right? So again you can explain it, simple explanation for this one, nothing such technical. Then third is specialization. Okay, this is a very important concept. You are studying it in business studies also. Most of it is based on this only. Specialization is that when someone continuously does some work, or you can simply remember one proverb, practice makes man perfect. You will never forget this concept, specialization. Once you keep doing a particular work, you become perfect in that, right? For example, a carpenter is perfect in his work, a software engineer is perfect in his work. They come to with their experience they become perfect in that particular work, right? And when my labor is working continuously for the same job, so it also gives me some specialization, and specialization is possible only with many labor, or you can say with adequate amount of labor. Okay, so as I move on to utilize my fixed factor, the additional labor which is coming in, that will help me to do specialization, right? Like for example, take an example of a school which want that every subject teacher should be a specialist. So it has to hire at least 15 teachers, right? to have the perfection in the 15 subjects. So this is specialization. It is possible only when you have adequate amount of labor. Suppose you have only 8 teachers in that school, then specialization cannot be achieved. Everybody will have to do at least 2 works. Okay, now we move on to the causes of the second stage, that is the diminishing returns. Now causes are negative. Causes would be negative. Like first of all is the overpressure on the fixed factor. Or you can also call it as overutilization, using more than the capacity of the fixed factor, or you can call it as pressure on the fixed factor. Constantly increasing the number of labor, 80, 90. What is happening? Pressure is falling on the only on the 4 machines which you are having on the factory. So their performance tends to decline. And obviously more wear and tear, more depreciation. Then second is bad coordination or problem of the coordination. More people, difficult to manage, machines are less, labor is wasting their time, right? One labor is working on a machine, others are waiting and chatting. So lack of coordination. And third is difficulty in management problem. Right? It is difficult to manage a lot of people and overcrowding. Okay, actually these lead to the negative returns. Right? So for 2 causes you can have for the diminishing returns, and then you can have this one, third. Or you can also amalgamate with it with the diminishing returns if it is asked, right? Overcrowding means again movement problem, all sort of problems, tools not kept at a proper place. So you can all note down these words and you can explain them. Overcrowding again leads to the negative returns. So once again